Hey, Mrparka here to do a review. This movie was sent to me by Mondo Macabro. Probably one of the best independent cult labels out there. Lots of weird foreign stuff. I think almost all their titles are foreign. But this one is The Living Doll. It's from the producer of Pieces and Slaughter High. That should get your attention right there. Living Doll is not quite like those movies. Pieces and Slaughter High have this great cheese quality. This movie really doesn't have much cheese. Living Doll kind of follows the story of a lonely guy trying to be a doctor. He works in a morgue, him and his friend. He's kind of an unlikable weirdo in a way. He basically is obsessed with this woman that works there. She passes out flowers. She has no clue who he is, and he's obsessed with her. He does autopsies on bodies and stuff like that, and through a series of circumstances, she ends up in the autopsy room, and that's when things take a turn for the worse. Also, this guy's hobby is a photographer, and if is it me or is every creep in a movie a photographer, or by trade or by hobby? Joe Spinell, Murder Set Pieces, and this guy. That's three people right off the top of my head. Is that serial psychos always have a sense of photography? In this movie, I think it's kind of the way that he wants to keep things forever. Hence why he ends up taking this corpse home with him eventually.
Phone on the second level.
Peck of breath. The wait to put that up in pathology. Move your ass, huh?
Okay, asshole.
Hi.
Hi.
I put them aside for you. They really are beautiful. That'll be $15.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
You must love her very much.
He basically is in love with this woman. She never knew him, and he falls in love with the corpse. He digs it up and takes it home. That's when things get real weird. As the corpse is rotting, it still looks like a beautiful girl to him. He talks to it, it talks back, and he starts this relationship. He starts getting, he's kind of this shut-in pushover, and he starts gaining confidence and things like that, starts getting crazy, starts getting mean, kind of shits on his only friend, who sticks his neck out for him. He completely, he changes, and meanwhile, he lives in this kind of rundown piece of crap. And Eartha Kitt is one of the landlords, and Eartha Kitt is the Catwoman from the original Batman movies, and more known to me, the old creepy lady in Ernest Scared Stupid. Anyone that grew up in my age will know that. But she does great in it. She's kind of rude, mean. There's a couple other people that, another old lady that kind of always checking on him, always giving you that sense of suspense that they're going to find the body that he's in love with.
Open up in there.
Help yours with a pile driver.
I know you're in there.
No, you're in there, so why?
Open up or I will use my keys.
Okay, coming. No!
Mrs. Schwartz, what a pleasant surprise.
The rent.
It's not due until Friday.
Last Friday. If you get late again, I will have Pearl have her sons throw you out.
Well, can I give you $50 now and the rest?
I don't like you, Mr. Adams. You don't keep my little house nice. You keep dead flowers in the room. You never open the window. And those horrible fish.
Axolotls, Mrs. Schwartz.
No pets.
Not pets, part of my studies, ma'am.
Studies? When do you study? I never see you study. You're in the morgue all day. You come home late, and you don't have any friends, especially girlfriends.
Well, even if I did, ma'am, you wouldn't let me bring them up here, would you, huh?
This is a clean house, Mr. Adams. And you are stinking it up!
Photographic chemicals, ma'am. Now, I have to get off to night school. They're quite harmless.
You're sick!
The special effects are done by the guy who did Hellraiser, and they're actually really good. When the woman has no skin in Hellraiser and is walking around, I would compare the corpse looks quite like that. There's not a ridiculous amount of gore effects in here. There's a realistic looking corpse and a couple of blood here and there, and it's actually really good. I actually wish that I would have got to see more. because I always thought the Hellraiser special effects were really great, especially for the budget they were made on. But this movie was made in 1990, which is kind of a weird year for horror movies. Like I said, the late 80s, early 90s were this weird sense of horror movies that nothing was really getting made that wasn't very strange. Almost everything was strange or really terrible. And sometimes a lot of the strange ones were getting looked at as they were terrible, but they really weren't. They were just really out there, like TerrorVision, Video Dead, I'm trying to think of some more that pop, Bad Taste, really just out there, weird movies. And then, you know, the slasher genre hit again and everything changed. But A Living Doll is one of those kind of strange movies. It has like this weird tint to it, a blue tint, kind of like a gloomy, I guess you'd call melancholy feel throughout the film. And the whole movie's kind of this slow burn build-up where you expect something, like, of course something's going to happen, and the last 10 minutes is when it hits. I wish it would have happened sooner, but the movie works like that because it works well doing that. The last 10 minutes is completely insane. And it's strange because all these horrific things are happening at the last 10 minutes, and it's playing this cheesy, great song that fits the movie. Somehow it doesn't seem like it fit the movie, but it does. The Living Doll song. I'll probably have it in the background. You guys will hear it. It's so catchy. It's so ridiculous. It's so silly. But it fits the film somehow, just because the last 10 minutes or so are so wild and bizarre. But anyways, the movie is pretty decent, especially for fans of that, like the necrophiliac type deal. There's no sex with the corpse, but it's implied. I mean, it's nothing, it's not like Necromantic 1 or 2, which are, you know, kind of this surreal type deal, or even Lucker. It's better than Lucker, but I wouldn't say it's better than Necromaniac. It's better than Lucker. But the DVD itself looks good. It comes with a lot of features. It comes with a documentary, which is really cool, about the producer and the director. He also produced Don't Open Till Christmas, which Mondo Macabro will be releasing very soon. But it's actually a documentary about the making of horror movies, and you get to look into them making it. And the producer, Dick, I think it's Dick Randall, he's got like this really, he's a real character, and he's really entertaining. He's like the British's answer to Roger Corman, I guess they called him, but he never got that big. But yeah, it's about Don't Open to Christmas and how to make movies. It's really entertaining, really funny, really interesting. And also interviews with other people. And there's this crazy short on here called Horror Show, which is completely bizarre and really cool. Kind of reminded me of something like The Abomination if it was a short film. But that is The Living Doll. It's a decent movie, pretty good movie, but the release is great, and the special features and the film together definitely would warrant a buy. That is The Living Doll from Mondo Macabro. Here's the back, and here's the DVD. I'm Mrparka. Thank you very much for watching.
Christine? Honey, I don't like to leave you here alone. I've got to think of something.